Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you believe it?
I didn't know what to think at first.
Me neither.
Really? What were some of your thoughts at first?
I don't know. We just had faith that it would work.
Well, you guys must have been on the search for an apartment for a while, huh?
No.
Maria just came and told me about you guys, and I was like, well, let's give them a try, because like we told you with our history, I figured we're gonna run into some bumps. So let's give her a try and see what happens.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate that those bumps are like automatic denials.
Yeah.
I know. We really never been in denials. Like, we always were approved, and until this broken lease, we just knew it's gonna be hard. But yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, because we knew that even with a cosigner, we thought it wasn't gonna go through because of the broken lease. So
How did you guys run across the Fresh Start program?
I got the news about 2 weeks ago at work that I was getting laid off. We had to move out because if you don't work at campus, you can't live at campus. I knew it was time to search. So I just looked online, like I was on TikTok. I was like, how do you get approved after an eviction? Like, that was my question. Like, and I was thinking, like, the only way we could find a place is if we found a place through a private owner, like rent to own kind of. I just didn't want to waste any time.
Yeah.
Because it just goes by so fast. And so I found a video on TikTok, and it was this person who had this sound that was saying approved, approved, approved.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this guy? So there was a link in his bio, and I clicked it, and I couldn't find it, and I had mentioned it to Aaron already, and he was like, you gotta find these people. And I was like, I don't even know if they're legit. I was skeptical, but then I was able to find the program. I knew it was like Fresh Start. So I looked on it online, and I was able to find it, and we just applied and kind of let it be, and you know, just like God. I'm still kind of shocked, honestly.
After all that work, blood, sweat, and tears.
No, yeah, we've just never heard of anything like this, you know? Yeah. I don't know. I guess for us, it's kind of like a miracle.
Yeah.
So that's how, you know, we're choosing to see this, because I feel like miracles have been on our side lately, I think.
Yeah.
I love that. That's what we do here. That's the whole purpose. I also love the way you two look at each other. It's very heartwarming. In a country that we live in, having a broken lease or an eviction or bankruptcy, foreclosures, repossessions, unpaid student loans, all of those things are grounds for homelessness. Just don't feel like that's right. People make mistakes. People get better. The Lord that we serve, He always is gracious to us, so why not extend that to other people? We've gone through this program ourselves. The house that we live in now, we've been here for 4 years. We absolutely love it, and we know without extending this to other people, we don't know where a lot of people would be. So we look at this as miracle work too.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about what the process was like from start to finish for you guys?
I honestly, from the beginning, I was like, I don't know what this is. I'm just going to give it a shot, and we'll see what it is. I'm embarrassed to say this, but I was hoping Aaron would say, like, don't go with it, because in the past, like, we got scammed by eBay, and I don't know, it was like too good to be true. When he kind of kept insisting, I was like, okay, so it won't hurt, but doesn't cost to put in the application. And so we did, and from the very beginning, it was just kind of like a little waiting game. And because I chose not to, like, I guess, put any pressure into finding our own apartment, I just kind of let the wave ride with how this was going to work out. So it's been very, like, easy from the very beginning.
It was a pretty easy experience.
We want it to be as easy as possible. I never want it to be something where somebody feels like things have to be hard because their credit is bad. Let me just say, you guys were approved in less than 72 hours.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know what's your record of getting somebody approved, but I feel like it was pretty quick.
And you felt like it was fast, Maria?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You guys were approved in less than 72 hours, so I'm really happy about that. What would you tell somebody looking to start the program, but they are skeptical, you know, just like you guys were? They're scared. They know that they need it. They have the income, but they've been scammed before, or they don't feel like they deserve something as easy as the Fresh Start program, what would you tell them?
I would say just have faith and just take the leap. And that's something I can say. Just have faith. God will take care of the rest.
Yeah.
What would you say, Maria?
I would say, I think we're all creatures of habit. So we all get used to being comfortable in the known until it's unknown to you. You just got to take that step, you know, take that risk. And it worked for us. We know that it'll work for them. And one thing that Ken told us was like, we're going to stay with you guys until you get approved, until the end. And that really made me feel like you said, you know, we were important, because a lot of times you don't feel worthy of even talking to anybody when you have eviction or a record like that, because you kind of get like put, you know, on a second grade. And so I really did appreciate those words.
As far as what you're saying and the have faith, what if they've already been scammed and, you know, they've only got a month to figure out where they're going to go?
Like, we'd offer to pay for the fees up front, you know, if we have the means, like we would help, you know. That's
why that just gave me chills. It's so sweet. You would offer to pay for the fees up front if you had it for somebody.
Yeah.
To make sure
it's like, if you think you're going down on a scam, then I'll go down with you. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if somebody were to tell us that, it's like, okay, well, we could pay for our own fees, but, you know, I trust you that it's not, that it's going to work out, because you have offered to pay for our fees.
That's really sweet. Unfortunately, the people that we work with, if I was to be like, yeah, these people, they've gone through our program and they're willing to help you go through it as well. You can call them, you can ask them all the questions. They work for you. You're paying them. Yeah. And it's like, it's hard to tell people like, no, I'm not paying these people. They were approved in 72 hours for a home that they got to pick on their own. That's such a good deal. I'm not like, I tell you like, hey, this is where I'm going to put you, you know. I'm very upfront and I'm very honest about what we can do, and you guys fit right into what we could do. You were approved in 72 hours, and right now we're about to review your welcome letter. Let me go ahead and share my screen. The biggest thing that I love to see here is this congratulations. Yeah. Like, from we don't have much time, we've got great income, but we're having difficulty getting approved on our own, to 72 hours later, congratulations. You know, that's nothing but God. I'm so thankful for that. How are you feeling reading this?
It's like we see God's hand once again.
I just feel obviously a big relief. Being in this situation I've never been in, so it's a scary situation, you know. Yes. You don't know what the end of the month is gonna be like, so this is definitely a big relief, and pretty grateful for you guys.
Yeah.
That's the biggest part about doing these interviews, is because there are so many people that are scared right now. You're scared, rightfully so, but then being able to see you guys' interview and you guys' testimony can help save their life, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for you guys. If you need anything, just let us know. We're all done. Congratulations.
Thank you for everything.
Thanks so much.
You guys really helped us a lot. You know, we're really grateful for you guys. So keep doing what you're doing.
We're doing our best. Thank you so much. We appreciate the both of you.
There's no words, and may God bless you both.
Thank you so much.